Spain has made a significant contribution to the art world over the centuries. Prominent artists such as Dalí, Goya, and Picasso were from Spain, and so it has long tangible connection with art in its many forms. Listed here are some of Spain's greatest art institutions, showcasing each place's dedication to a spectrum of art eras and disciplines. Number 1. The Prado Museum in Madrid. As Spain's main museum of art and one of the three major art galleries that make up Madrid's Golden Triangle of Art, this is a good place to gain insight into the country's art identity. It is said to have the world's best collection of Spanish art and best collections of art from Europe. The artworks date back as far as the 12th century. Behind the museum's grand facade, there are collections such as Spanish paintings up to 1700, Flemish painting, and northern schools in sculpture and decorative arts. The sculpture collection alone contains over 1000 pieces, and the continual flow of visiting exhibition adds another layer to the already fascinating offering. Second is the Thyssen-Bornemisza National Museum in Madrid. Another museum making up Madrid's Golden Triangle of Art is this, showcasing the artworks of mainly European artists from the Middle Ages to the late 20th century. Located in the Villa Hermosa Palace, this impressive collection of artworks, which is now owned by the Kingdom of Spain, is the lasting legacy of the Thyssen-Bornemisza family. One can choose between exhibitions on Impressionism, Expressionism, Constructivism, and Renaissance art. Here you can go from seeing famous works by Gauguin, Van Gogh, Degas, and Monet to seeing the avant-garde pieces of Picasso, Kandinsky, Hopper, and Chagall. Temporary exhibitions of important artworks are showcased, and so one can keep coming back time and time again. The third is Queen Sofia National Art Center in Madrid, the final piece in Madrid's Golden Triangle of Art. This gallery's permanent collection goes from artworks created at the end of the 19th century, when modern art was beginning to make its mark in society, to the artwork of the 60s, 70s, and 80s that reflects the social, cultural, and political issues of the time. These permanent collections are complemented by temporary exhibitions of artworks spanning a diversity of disciplines including photography, installations, and paintings. Film screenings, performances, and talks also take place. The main venue is Madrid's Sabatini building that you'll find more exhibitions in the city's Novel building and Park Retiro of Palace of Velazquez and Crystal Palace. The National Museum of Catalan Visual Art in Barcelona. This gallery is Spain's primary museum for Catalan art, housing a collection that spans 1,000 years of the region's art history, beginning in the 10th century and including exhibitions on medieval Romantic, Renaissance, and Baroque, modern art, and specific disciplines such as prints and photography. The Modern Art exhibition, which was created in 2014, covers a wide variety of art styles and mediums and places them in their social, historic, and artistic context. World-class temporary exhibitions also take place, and guided visits of exhibition takes place each Saturday. The fourth is the Museum of Fine Arts of Seville. It is situated in an ornate building on Plaza del Museo in Seville. This museum attracts visitors for its collection of art from the past few centuries and artworks from the Spanish Golden Age, when art flourished here. Pay a visit to the gallery to see the works of Seville's most prominent artists, along with temporary exhibitions, and to admire the building itself, which encompasses leafy courtyards and patios and decorative architectural features including its cloisters, imperial staircase, and dome. Fifth is Guggenheim Museum in Bilbao. Undoubtedly, one of the most striking buildings in the entire country, the Guggenheim Museum in Bilbao, is one of the Basque country's great draws. The building itself was famously designed by the Canadian-American architect Frank Gehry, and the work inside represents modern and contemporary movements. In the museum's cavernous space, you can browse the work of artists including Mark Rothko, Andy Warhol, and Jeff Koons, and see temporary exhibitions that focus on masters of the modern and contemporary art world. Sixth is the Institut Valencia de Art Modern. Having been established in 1989, this museum, which is commonly known as IVAM, was the first art gallery in Spain to have been entirely dedicated to modern art, and to this day it's considered the most important museum of modern and contemporary art in Valencia. Now, the collection consists of over 11,300 artworks across a range of disciplines and from different parts of the world. See works by Latin American and North American artists as well as Spanish and Valencian pieces. Among the museum's many temporary exhibitions is the current showcase Against the Tide, half a century of Valencian female artists, which follows the journey these artists went on to achieve visibility. Seventh is Museum of Fine Arts of Bilbao. In October, this major art museum in Bilbao celebrated the 110th year of its foundation. The museum opened soon after in 1914. Owing to this long, rich history, the museum has thousands of artworks in its collection with hundreds on display at any one time, as well as number of well-known masterpieces by artists such as Gauguin, Murillo, and Ribera. The gallery hosts temporary exhibitions, currently including 110 Years, 110 Works, which highlights important works from its collection of over 14,000 pieces of arts.